All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome. I get my microphone on all the way here. Welcome over here. Let's see, are we public or private today? What's going on? We have 5 people watching, it looks like. All right. I don't know if I set the stream up right or not, but I forgot to set this one up yesterday, so I'm really kind of behind the 8 ball here today. Anyway, welcome to Friday's coffee run. Wow, we finally finished the Oddsmaker. And so let's talk about a few things here today, and then I also want to go have a little bit of fun on a Friday and just kind of fart around a little bit. So let's jump in. Let's see, where's my presentation's not actually running yet. So hold on over here. Let's go over here. Let's do this and this. And like I said, I wasn't quite prepared today, as always. There we go. Okay, that's what I want. I wanted that. All right, we did it. Wow. Sorry, again, a little bit bass backwards today. So today what's brewing is this. We had our inaugural trip around the table last night. And, I know folks are late arriving today to this show because I screwed up the feed. So we'll do a little recap here, and we can recap again more later on. But I had fun last night. It was a good show. DGE didn't make it last night, though, unfortunately. He was putting insulation in his house. He was crawling under his house and and so he lost track of time and couldn't make it. So he apologized like a billion times to me for that. No big deal. We'll do it again. He and I are good friends. We'll just find another time to do it, right? It's not a thing. But now you all that watched it, thanks, Royce. Glad you enjoyed it. Glad Anthony enjoyed it too. And JR. Good. It was good. The only problem with last night was that the questions ended up being kind of personal, which is okay, right? That's kind of the point, is to ask non-craps questions. So it became like, the John show, which is not what I want for it. I want it to be more like Hot Ones, where it's me and a person talking about things, right? At the end, we started getting some great questions in. We got questions about who would play you in a movie, and something about aliens, and conspiracy theorists about JFK. That's the kind of thing I want. I want those kind of questions to come in so we can randomly talk about stupid stuff while we're playing craps, right? And it wasn't about craps, right? I threw the dice from 6 spots. We played crapsy, and it was fun, but it wasn't about the craps, right? It's like, let's play crapsy together, but really let's bullshit and have a good time. So that's what I wanted for the show. I'm glad that it came off like that last night. JR, what I should have done, though, was had somebody else from the crowd just jump in and take his place. I kept thinking he was going to come in late, so I left a spot open for him. But yeah, next time I'll bring somebody else in and we'll just do it together, right? But I had a great time. I think it was a lot of fun. It was so non-serious as far as the craps goes. It was just like, it was what I wanted out of it. I just wanted a guest. So next week we'll do it with a guest. It'll be, pardon me, it'll be great. I hope not too. Gargoyle. I hope it's not a trend of people not showing up. And now that we know what it is, like I've been trying to describe the show all week. Now you saw one last night. Everybody knows what it is. Hopefully, it's a safe place, right? Come on in, let's do the thing. I had some brown water. I drank slower than I probably would have. I had three drinks last night going around the table, and I shot good. I had two shorties, but really from the end I shot like a 26. It was fun. I had a good time. We'll do it again next week. I don't know if Thursday night's the night. It might be Friday nights or a better night, but it was cool. Next thing is this. The Daily Paycheck recap for today is going to be a short one. I'm going to do a longer version of this on Monday, but the Oddsmaker finished up 12-8. It was 60% win rate, which is better than half, which is okay. It's not my 70% that I'm looking for, so it fell short. Now, if I had won today, if we had gone, 13-7, we're getting to like the 65-66% range, which is where I would like to have been. Today, we were trending back up, right? We had lost a bunch. We had won a few in a row, and I ran out of time. So like we do, right? I'll cut that show for time if I have to. I'll cut that show if it ain't fun. I'll cut the show at stop loss. We were at our stop loss once. We battled back from it and, hit the clock, right? What are you going to do? So our average wins were 260, which is more than 10%, which is fantastic. Our average losses were 311, which again is less than the full stack, right? The stack was $500. Our stop loss was 500. Our win goal was 250. So we kept our losses below our stop loss and our wins above the target. And our win rate was higher than 50%. Therefore, you have a profit. Now, it's not a high profit. It's $600 for 20 days, which is nothing. But the quote unquote math on that works. If you can get higher than 50%, if you can win your goal every day and lose less than your stop loss when you lose, you're going to be in good shape. Now, to this, by the way, 2 of our losses here were big ones. We burned $1,000 twice farting around. So although not $1,000, we lost 800 once and 465, whatever it was. We goofed around and lost too much money a couple of times. The losses are higher than they should be because of that. I'm not going to make an excuse for that, but the strategy itself, I think, is one of the stronger ones that we've played. Believe it or not, even with these kind of not tantalizing numbers, it was one of the stronger ones that we've got. It fights back really well. It's not gonna do well on a great shooter. Today was a good shoot. We had 25 roller and a 19 roller today. Both made no money on those because I wasn't on the numbers I was on. But this thing is a grinder and it lasts, and I like that about it. It doesn't win. It doesn't take advantage of some good rolls, but it does a good enough job. I like the strategy. It's one that I played my whole life. It's still a keeper to me, and you can see why. This really explains why I played it, right? When I was growing up and I had $100 and I was playing $3 pass line bets, you can see why this strategy was a big way that I played when we were at the casino and Kathy was playing slots for 5, 6, 7 hours with my parents, and I'm playing craps with $100. You can see why I chose this one as a way to kind of stay in the game for hours and not really care about the wins so much, but be able to play for a long time. This is one of those kind of things. Anyway, questions coming in already. What's the next strategy? I don't know, Randy. Anthony has done a request that I do a Wayland strategy. Dice Dr. Dan has emailed me one of his strategies. I'm going to basically take next week and we'll evaluate 3 strategies next week, and I'll play them together. We'll roll them out Monday through Friday, make a decision on what to do. We're getting down to the point now where the ways that I want to play, the horseman aside, I haven't done the horseman yet. My favorite ways to play, we've done them all. Now I'm going to test a couple more, and then we may just go back and say, you know what? The red cross is the one that works the best. We're just going to play the red cross for the rest of the year. We may end up being at a place like that, right? But we'll test out the Wayland strategy, and we'll test out Dice Dr. Dan's strategy. The thing about the Wayland stuff is, again, I don't love laddering, right? I don't have the bankroll, even at $2,500 to ladder correctly. So if that strategy requires a ladder, we may not have enough money to do it yet until we're at 5,000. So we have to evaluate where we are in the rack to see. But anyway, that's that. Oddsmaker, again, it did well enough. It didn't do well enough. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of here with it. But I think as far as a paycheck play, it's one of the ways that I wouldn't shy away from it. All right. Yeah, the power of the 7. Yep, totally. All right, let's see. Let's go. Dusted ones. I addressed my negative win rate the wrong way. You have to explain that in chat. You're talking about a negative win rate of 86.5. Explain it in chat what you're talking about there. You've said that a couple times during the show, and I'm not sure what you're referring to. Just explain to everybody else how you do that. You're questioning my theory. I'm not sure why, but again, put it in chat why. If you win more than you lose often, if you win more often than you lose, and you win more money when you win than you lose when you lose, you're going to be ahead. I've played this thing. What have I played now? 120 days? Is that what we are? Are we at day 120? I think. Let me take a look. I think today was day. Hold on. Ooh, boy, that was a mess. I think today was day 120. 120 days in, and if you look at the overall stats where we are, here we are. We are at a 72% win rate over 21 days. That's pretty damn good. We have won $10,000 in our strategies, right? That's pretty good. We had a couple of nice excess wins, but we're up 10K. Most strategies have done pretty well. The Oddsmaker at 60%, the Storm at 60%. And what's funny is the Oddsmaker and the Storm at 60% win rates both felt different, didn't they? The Storm, I hated that thing the whole way through. It never felt right. The Oddsmaker, 60% feels like it should have been better, right? Obviously, it won money. The Red Cross so far blows everybody away. The 6, 7, 8, and the 3-point Molly held their own. 90% win rate here, right? We're doing good percentage-wise. We're not taking advantage of our bankroll. I think the big thing we're not doing well enough is taking advantage of our bankroll, and that's what we have to get to. So we're working through it. Right? Buckeye Slim says $600 is still $600. right? You're exactly right. That isn't it. When you think about that, right? And I think you're making such a great point here. You're making a great point. It is a course. There's actually a course in the community college next to me over here. I was going to take this class actually. It's for project management. It's got your PMP certification. It's $795 for the course, right? This month pays for that. You think about that, right? Like if you can achieve this kind of win rate and you're not looking to make $1 million, that's useful money to me. And you're 100% correct in how you phrase that, Buckeye. And we got to make sure that we realize that it doesn't have to be $1 billion to make this game A, worthwhile playing, and B, fun to play, right? So there it is. We got to get the next strategy's got to be back up above 60%, I think, and win some more money. But I think we're onto something, as they might say, right? Let's move ahead. I'm actually going to go. Raphael says more Red Cross for the Red Cross. I'm telling you, that thing is good, right? That Red Cross is a stout son of a gun, isn't it? I have not put WinCrap summaries yet, but I will. I'm working towards making a repository at GitHub to store my WinCraps bet files. But ahead of that, I'm talking to Steen on the side a little bit about a couple of things. We're trying to test out. I have not had good time to help him out, but we're trying to test out the network version of WinCraps. And there's a couple of things that I put into my WinCraps scripts, things that I have a lot of code that handles for me about like how to do pressing and all that kind of stuff. I'm trying to have him add some features to WinCraps core where I could just say, my bets are this, and on every win, half press, on every win, single unit press, on every win, whatever, and get some like kind of the basics in there so you don't got to code so much. And also have WinCraps be more aware of win goals and loss limits and resetting bankrolls, because I do a ton of work in my scripts that manage the bankroll. I wish the program itself did that. And when it does that, then our WinCrap scripts can become way simpler. Then it's just about where the bets go and not about all the money management. So I'm going to try and see if we can build some money management in there. And then, yes, I will put the scripts up and I'll publish what it looks like when these things go. Matter of fact, on Monday, I'm going to do a recap. Let me go back a screen here. On Monday, I'm going to go back. Hold on a second, right here. And I'm going to run for you the Oddsmaker in WinCraps on Monday. And I'm going to run it 4 or 5 ways. Okay. One way is going to be just a flat bet, just $25 pass line, $25 don't come, and that's it. No odds, no nothing, just run them. I'm going to do that same thing with a ladder, a loss ladder, a Wayland's ladder. Simple 1 unit ladder, same flat bets. The same thing with my way, the progressive way. So take a win, stack it up. Now you're at 2 units, right? The next one wins 3. You stack it up and go to 3 and take 2 back. Next one wins 3, you go to 4. We're going to 1 unit ladder on both bets. I will do it the way I'm doing it now with progressive odds, and I'll do it again with max odds on all the bets. And we'll run all 5 together against the current set of 5,000 and change daily paycheck rolls. All the rolls I've rolled so far, we'll put them all, the actual rolls I've rolled for you in the morning with that strategy played 5 different ways. And I'll show you the differences. And really, we can also alter the win go and loss limits. And you can see we're going from 10% and 25% and kind of doing this with the win goals and loss limits changes how much money you make. It's fascinating to do that. We'll probably spend all of Monday on that because it's a good lesson in A, how to use WinCraps the way that I use it, and B, teasing apart how these strategies play together and how the goals work. When you look at how we set goals and how they play out in the strategy, it's fascinating to watch how these different versions of this thing win. But you'll be surprised when you learn which way of playing the Oddsmaker wins the most money over the course of a month. Okay, and which level of win goal loss limit makes the most difference. There's actually a butter zone where it crosses over into being bad for you to where it's being perfect for you. And there's also the right way to play it, which may or may not be the way I'm playing it. So I will show it to you on Monday, and we'll get that good. So you put them on Discord, where? On my Discord or your own Discord? But yeah, I'll put the scripts on, and I'm also, by the way, going to do this. Let me actually share my screen. I'm going to do this really quick. I'm just going to share the screen. Let me go to here. Give me a second here. Can you see this? Okay. I haven't done this in a while to show you stuff, but yeah, over here, we've got this nifty website called casinogaming.tv. And in the tool, if you log in, if you have an account, right? If you have a Discord account, any Discord account, what did I do? Casino Gaming TV. If you have a Discord account, you can log in. It'll confirm you with Discord, sign in with Discord, and yes, authorize it. It's okay. And then when you come in here, this tool section is opened up, and you've got your own version of the roll tracker. This is actually 720 random rolls I got from ChatGPT. You can do your own session logger. So this is the session logger that I'm using. This is my daily paycheck. So I've logged every session in here, and you can kind of see where your bankroll is and everything else. You get a 401g account, like your bank account manager, and you get this comp calculator, which tells you if you're playing certain bets, what are your comp ratings going to be. I'm going to add a feature in here that's going to be called WinCrap Scripts, which will let you search for scripts based on like the name of it or the right side, dark side, that kind of thing. And I may actually have a little simulator. I'm trying to write a simulator that'll take the script, identify a bankroll, identify a core bet size, and then it'll run your strategy against that WinCrap script here on the website. That's coming soon. It's coming as soon as I get time to do it, right? That's what I'm working on. Give me a little while. I'm in the middle of working. My job's on fire. I'm interviewing for new work. I'm trying to double dip where I can. So time is hard to come by, but that's my plan. We're gonna do a little WinCraps archive and get that out from you. All right, so let's go. Waylon says, by the way, 7 of my strategies have won $1 million in WinCraps, but winning $1 million based on an app is bullshit. 100%, right? That's why, Waylon, when I use WinCraps, and I'll explain this on Monday, when I don't typically use the RNG, okay, I upload my rolls. So if you look again here at the daily paycheck rolls, where are they? Here's the daily paychecks. The daily paycheck rolls are 5,500 rolls. You can export the rolls out, and I export the rolls into files. I load these files into WinCraps. So I run our strategies against rolls I've actually done. I don't typically do the WinCraps random number generator. Now I will set that up so you can see it with the RNG to say, okay, proving my theory, here's how it works. But by and large, I run against my own rolls. I actually load it up with rolls I've thrown and load that. I've got roll files that people have sent me that are from casinos. Guys have logged a bunch of rolls in casinos and I load those into. It's important to see, I think, the same 5,000 rolls against 20 different strategies and say, look, it's the same set of rolls. 5,000 is a lot of rolls. That's, I think it's 1,000 shooters or something like that. How do they perform in the same ballpark, in the same arena? It's really a good A/B test for us to do. That's how I do it. I feel like you got to be accurate, and just doing like against random rolls and different sets of random rolls, you don't get the right result. So that's the only way to do that. Okay. So there it is. That's how I do it, Waylon. So yeah, it was not realistic to do it against the randoms, because the RNG is not super accurate, but my rolls are, and that's how we're going to do it. But it's also fun, by the way, to take WinCraps and say, look, let's simulate an SRR of 7 or 7.5 and run a strategy. And you'll see that it never loses. Like you put an SRR of 7.5 in there and run like 160 across with a half press, you win $1 billion. I think it never loses when you have a consistent 7.5 SRR. Like it never loses. It's fantastic. That's the North Star, I suppose, right? And I guess if I could have a consistent 7.5 SRR, I'd probably buy a cot next to a craps table. Just get my meals served me right there and never leave, because that would be fantastic, right? If you could actually pull that off in real life, like that level of consistency. Anyway, here we go. Let's go to the table. I'm going to play a little Friday Follies for you here, because who cares on a Friday? Let's wait, what time is it? 8:30? I got a 9 o'clock meeting that I got to get to today. So let's play for half an hour, and let's do like a little bubble craps / stadium craps side bet kind of a thing. I got $150 here. We're going to do $24 per shooter, $5 table. Okay. There's a quarter. There's going to be 4 nickels and 5 whites. Now, all I'm going to do is this. We're going to have the puck off. We're going to go march the twin sisters and have a hardway parlay. That's it. We're going to hardway parlay, one parlay and regress back, one parlay and then a press around. And here we're going to march the guys in and we're going to cross them over. That's how I'm going to do it. March them in, crash them over. Here we go. Coming out. Little side bet, little who cares side bet action is a 6-5 mid-mo yo chiro. All right, points 5 shooter. And again, for 24 bucks at the stadium craps table with your friends shooting the dice on that little tiny thing, getting your free whiskeys, this is a great way to burn $24 every 20 minutes, right? This is kind of what this is. You might hit it once, but this is an affordable side bet that gives you lots of action. Okay. Hey, look at that. We got a hard 6 out of the gate. Hard 6. How awesome is that? That's going to pay $9. Okay. 9 to 1. Stack that guy up to $10. Little parlay on the hard 6 right out of the gate. Let's go. 5, 3, 2, 5. That's the point. It's going to pay $9. Okay. Point is off. What I'm going to do is add a buck from my rack. I'm going to make them both press up and bring them both over. We're going to march them this way, okay? We're going to march these guys that way if we can. Puck is off. Bets are off. There's a 6 for the point. And here we go. Hard freaking 6. Who's your daddy? Oh my God. That's awesome. Oh, by the way, I should have added money to those. They should be $12 6s. I'm going to take my quarter here, sorry, and get $21 and change. I didn't put the caps on, my bad. But that's a hard 6. That's going to be the point. That's going to pay 9 times 10, I think, is $90, which is a way to hit the parlay fatso, okay? We're going to do this. We're going to take them all down, make them all look like $5, and bring that money back to the rack. And there's my 150 that I started with. Here's all this is now profit, right? Look at that. We made money. I should be going home. And this pays $14, 10, $14. Okay. So what happens here is this, we press them both to 18. The puck is off, by the way. They would move to the left. I'm going to stack them on top of what's already there. These now look like, I'll take the whites and make it look like $25 each. We've marched them from the 4 and 5. One hit goes to here. One hit goes to here. We started here. These bets aren't going to get to go that way, okay? Until we hit one. You'll see I'm going to reverse the course of time here if they happen to hit. But let's go. Point's going to be an 8 this time. There we go. Everything's back on again. How about a hard 8? Oh, we got a 7. Got nothing out of it. Well, we got something out of it. We made a little bit of money there. That could have been really cool to march the sloters all the way across. Again, we'll get them going in both directions. If we cross over, we'll stack everything up and we'll keep going. Let's go back out again. 5, 10, 15, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. I still have $30 in profit from the last shooter, so we're in good shape. Little $24 burn. 5, 1, there's a 6. Here we go, everything's on. Everything be on. There is a 4, 1, 5, the fever. Fantastic, pay $7. Okay, and again, we gotta make our bets right here, so I'm gonna take the $2 back. I'll drop the nickel out. Both looking like 10 and coming over here. I will have to stack that up. We're gonna take this quarter, make it look like 20, 25 like that. I can get my cap on the 8. Now again, if you're bubble craps, you can leave those bets at 10 if you want to. We're not gonna do it obviously, but if you wanted to, certainly could. Here we go. Coming out, the point is 6. All right, let's go. Let's go. 6, hit the point. How about that? 5, 1, 6. Now we're gonna lose in here. That'll pay $14. I'll put that back. We're going to move these both over. Get them both up to a quarter. There's 5 whites. There's 2. There's 3 whites. They're at a quarter. We marched them again to the 9 and the 10. Did I put the 6 back? I forget if I think I did. I think I put it back. All right, pucks off, coming out. Aces, don't care. Hard 10. All right, we got a hard 10. That's our point. Let's get a hit up in here, right? Let's get our soldiers to march all the way across. 5, 3, 2, 5, doesn't matter. 9, we did it. All right, we got the pair to march. 9 pays $35. Now, if you think about a marching soldier like this, when you're marching 2 across like we did, okay, we started the 4 and 5 with $10, okay? Profited 75 on that deal, okay? If you just march from one side only, the end result there is pretty damn good, right? We could go both ways. Now watch what happens here. We won that bet, okay? They were at a quarter because we marched across, but these two, the original bets were $5. So what I'm gonna do is march them back this way. We're gonna go back to the 6 and 8 now, and I'm gonna make those look like $12 and start going the other direction with the dollar change. $75 in profit there, okay? And we'll just basically we went from here to here to here, got a hit, back to here. And we're gonna basically pretend like we were at $5 and got one hit, and just we're just gonna go back and forth, right? Just have some fun, go back and forth. Hopefully get some hardways in the middle there, right? Wouldn't it be great if we did? There's the easy 8, 5, 3, easy 8. Lose that one. We'll go ahead and put it back from the rack over there. That's gonna pay $14, 10, $14. We're gonna move them over to the 4 and the 5. And there's 10. And there is 3. I'm just gonna get a nickel for that. And they go to 20. Why not 25 like before? Because there wasn't $5 sitting there from before, right? That's why they were a quarter. Marched them this way here. They're just at $20. We went both sides over to here, and then we're just gonna come back with the 1. And I could have made those like a $10 base. I just decided for the hell of it to make it back to the original base. There's a 2, 1, 3. Come on, give me a 4 or 5 here. How much fun would that be? 7. Didn't get the second march, but that was pretty cool. That was a fun little run. And look what we made, right? Just having some fun. We're up $75. Isn't that cool, right? We have three more shots at it for free, basically. Here's our start. As a matter of fact, if you want to be all John about it, lock a quarter up and take 2 more free shots at it. Here we go. $25, dollar change. 5, 10, 15, 20, and the Hardways. $24. $24 for some stupid fun. Here we go. Coming out. Puck is off. It's going to be a 4. And let's go. Let's go, dude. That looks like a 6-5 mid-mo. Let's get off the... There we go. It's a 9, 5, 4. We're going to start from this side this time. All right, that's going to pay $7. 8 looks like 12. 6 with drop a little bit to make that bet happen. A little bit of a power press to make the bet size right. There's a midnight. 6, 6, midnight. 6. All right, we got a 6. This is great. Gonna go across. It's easy 6 loses. That's gonna pay $14. Okay, we'll put the easy 6 back. We're gonna take these. There's 5, by the way. I'm going to drop a nickel to make the bets go right. Stack them and move them. Those are both $25 now. Matter of fact, I'll keep them as nickels. It doesn't really matter, because if we hit one, we're going to move back this way anyway. And this time I'm going to move back at the $10 level. Okay? Here we go. Give me a 5. Ah, damn it, John. Didn't quite get it. We got all the way across, though. That's cool. Let's put $24 back out. We'll drop a quarter from our rack get a dollar change. And now we burned all the money we won, but it's a side bet and who cares? Here we go. 4, 3, 1, 4. Here we go. 9, 6, 3. Okay, there's $7. Go to the 8. Have to drop the $7 to make that bet right. On the 6. There's a 10, 6, 4. We just left it. Bummer. There's aces. 1 and a 1. Ooh, hit the wall. 8. 8, 8, easy 8. So we're going to lose the hard 8. We'll take $14 though. Hard 8 goes back. Let's slide everything over. 25 there. There's 15. 25. Okay. They're both set up. Let's do it. 10. Give me a 4. Give me a 4. What do you think? An 8? Hard 8, though. That's actually good. Did the 10 come hard? I forget. I wasn't even paying attention. I forgot. I think the 10 might have been easy. I wasn't really paying attention. There's that. But this 8 does hit hard. And that's going to be $9. Stack it up. 1, 3, 4. Hello, baby. All right. That pays $50. Puck is going to be off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set those back up. Watch this. We're going to go back, coming across this way at $10. But I'm going to set these back up at 10 also and bring back the $60. So we're going to reset the board one level up. Puck is off. Everything's off. The 4 lost. Let's put that 4 back. And now we're out on a come out 7. I don't care. Do not care. 8 is the 0.538. Let's march them again. Let's get a secondary march, huh? 5, 3, 2, 5. Sweet. That'll pay 14. They go over. We're going to press them up. This time, just 1 unit. I'm not going to go crazy with it. We'll just drop $2 to make it look like 18. Trying to use just the money you win, if you can, to get across. There's that. Let's go. Give me a 6 or an 8, please, shooter. A 6 or an 8 will work. 1, 2, 3, ace deuce. Hey, we did it. Look at that. The hard 8, just like the first time. How awesome is that, man? $90 over there for the hard 8. Bam. We'll take the whites back. We'll make all the hardways look like a nickel and bring $75 back to the rack. Booyah. $21 on that 8 win. Bring it all over. Whatever I got is going to the 9 and the 10, except for this mess in here. We'll take these whites back. Okay? 9 and 10 are now at $35 each. 35 for the 9, 35 for the 10. The puck is off. Every bet is off. Let's beat this table to death. Here we go. Shoot. That's a 9. Give me a 9 or a 10. Come on, shooter. A 9 or a hard 10? How about a hard 10? Hard 10 would be fire right now, right? That's a 5, 4, 1. Let's go. Come on, hard 10. 1, 2, 3. Not quite a hard 10. That's the exact opposite of a hard 10. 6, 3, 9. Hallelujah. We marched them both directions. Woo! All right, $35 9. I don't know. I think that pays 50 for 1. Matter of fact, I know it pays 50 for 1. There's $50. There's a dollar from the rack. Into the juice we go. Reset the board at 15 each. Just gonna press them up. That brings back a couple of nickels to us. Right there. Now we're at $15 on the outsides. That was the point. Everything's off coming out. Let's march them again, baby. 7, who cares? Good time for it. Who cares? 7 again. Still don't care. I still don't care about that 7. Here we go. Midnight. Don't care about that either. Let's go. Looks like a 9. 6, 3, 9. Here we go. Let's march them again. What direction are we going to go this time? 10 hard. Oh my God, look at this. Hard 10. How awesome. 15 pays $27. That's awesome right there. And this hard 10 over here, 7 times 5, $35. That's a beautiful thing. We're going to parlay that win. Boom. Put the whole thing up there. We're going to beat that hard 10 to death if we can do it. Now here, to go to the 6 and the 8, we have 15. How can I do this? We can go to 30 there and 25. I need to drop $3 to make it right. Get them both at $30. Marching this way. Oh my God, give me a hard 10, shooter. Can you give me a hard 10 right now? That'd be freaking amazing. Amazing. Well, we got a hard 2. Hard 2. Come on, hard 10. It's a 6. I'll take a 6. I'll take a 6 all day. $35 win. $35 win. We'll lose the easy 6. That's fine. I'll even replace it with a full $5. These are going to come over. Oh. To here. And $35. I'll make it look like $30. Oops, dropped my. How much we have now? We started with 15. Remember that we're 15 to start with. Whoops. What's here? Those are greens. They will be at $60 each. 4 and 5. $60 each going across. Here we go. Hard 10 and then a 5. That's all I need. Hard 10 and then a 5. Come on. Let's go, baby. Happy Friday. 6-5 mid-mo. I think Chiro's gonna rain down a hard 10 for me right here. What do I have on it? $40 on the hard 10. Let's go. Come on. That's a 9. That's the point. Everything's off. Take a breath. Take a breath. Should hop the 10 right here, right? There's the 6. 4, 2, 6. Here we go. Hard 10. Hard 10. It's a freaking 6. We're off again. Jeez. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. Are you freaking kidding me? With the puck off, we bang it out. God, how bad of luck do I have? Give me a 5. I'll just take a 5. Give me a 5 or an 8. That's fine. Easy 8 goes away. The hard 8 goes away. We're at level. I'm going to stay here until we 7 out. There's an easy 8. Give me a hard 10. You can do it. Oh, shit. I said 7 out loud. And there it goes, right? Wow, what a great shot. We gave it a really good shot, though. This, by the way, that hard 10 that I was not on for, $40 would have been great, right? That's a $280 win. Basically $300 on that one. And, you know, the $60 5 that pays $84, right? The $60 4 would have paid a black chip. We had black chips everywhere out there for us, right? That was fun. We still won 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 175. There's 20. Oh, look at this. We actually won $200. There's 25. So 175, $202. Playing $24 at a time and getting lucky a couple times, of course, right? For $24 at risk on every shooter, that's kind of a fun little play. That's a great little Friday Follies thing. That's a great, like, hey, let's all meet at Planet Hollywood and play stadium craps for a couple hours, right? That's what you do. You go to Planet Hollywood to play stadium craps. You don't try and win $1 billion. You do some dumb shit like this, right? Let the free beers come. BS with your friends a little bit and have some fun, right? There it is. That is super, super fun. No skill, being a 30 minutes of entertainment. I'm not sure. Yeah. Is it a 30-minute waste of time not looking at? Yeah, for sure. I'm not looking at chat, of course. You know I don't look at chat when I throw. What time is it? Do we have time to talk? I do. Let's go here. When you come to my house, and everybody's invited, right? Next year we do the Seattle meetup. Y'all come over. Everybody was here last year. We had a great time, and you'll see my studio. I'll bring you downstairs. I'll give you the tour of the garage studio, which is a garage with a craps table. Come on down here. I'll show you the studio. This room that I'm in is pretty small. But my table back there where I stand, and I'll show you where I stand. Like I go back over here, right? This is where I'm dealing from, and I'm playing way back here. My monitor's out there. It's about 9 feet away from me, and the words are really small. I can't see the chats. I can see that chats are happening, but I can't read them unless I walk all the way over here. So it's super hard to be interactive from back there with the chats. At some point, I'm gonna, maybe not in this house, but in our next house, I'll build a studio with the monitor right near me so I can actually see things. But in this room here, it's just not set up for that. So unfortunately, I cannot see your chats. Let me, let's look for anybody PCs here that are interesting. Let's see. Always work the hard way, says Buckeye. I should have worked the hard ways. If I'd have worked that hard 10, 280, right? What a bummer. What a bummer. What I really should have done was hopped them, right? Like when you have that kind of big hard way bet out there, I don't want to work the hard ways and I come out, but hopping the 10s for $5 each would have been appropriate, right? That's a fine waste of $10, especially when you're up like we were. That would have been fine. And $5 on the hard 10 would have paid the $300 that we needed, right? So that would have been fun to have tried it. But anyway, let's see. What else do we have? Any questions that came up today? When will I learn to use chip stacks? What are you talking about, Victor? I use chip stacks all the time. Trust me, I'm probably one of the best WinCraps programmers out there. I use chip stacks. That's the way that I manage everything. When I do the bankroll management in WinCraps, it's all chip stacks. And actually, they call them check stacks, not chip stacks in that game. Trust me, I use them constantly. I don't know what you mean by the right math. That makes zero sense. Unless you want to explain yourself, feel free to explain yourself. But I don't know what you mean by the right math. But I use WinCraps like a pro because I put every possibility out there and I track everything in WinCraps. I track every statistic possible to make sure that when I'm evaluating a strategy against known roles, we get all the information that we can get out of it. So you'll see when I show you my scripts on Monday, just how hardcore I use them. I'm trying to get Steen to have us not have to use chip stacks, right, for those things. I don't want to have to store a bunch of crap in variables that the game itself already knows. The game already knows how much money I've won. The game can know how much I want to win, and it can automatically reset things for me. It can automatically replace bets on levels for me so that my strategy cards can be more about where the money goes based on the condition, not so much doing all the ridiculous press by 50% math that you have to do. That's what I want Steen to do, is take a lot of that away from us so that coders can come into this thing, or you can come into this thing and just write your strategy out and not have it be a bunch of other stuff. I'm trying to get the mechanics out of it. So I hope that kind of answers your thought there. But anyway, Buckeye, no, take my shoes off at the door. No, you haven't been in my house yet. No. We have 2 dogs and we live in Seattle where it rains. So you can imagine we have wet dog prints all the time. The dogs are tearing things up. It is what it is, right? We are regular, real people with dogs with nails. Don't worry about it. Is that Ken? Ken loves the Friday shit. Me too. You know what's funny? I've been so serious. Like this whole month has been all these really serious how to be a gambler psychology things, and it's a lot of work, to really to focus on that kind of stuff. And it's been a lot of work in the garage, getting other things set up, and last night's show. It's good to just come in here and fart around in it and just do something dumb. Super fun. Let's see, what else do we have? Yeah, what Vince did though, the thing that Vince did different than I do, Vince would allow WinCraps to have a negative bankroll. And what that does, the negative bankroll lets you see how far it'll get crushed. And that will kind of give you the indication of what your buy-in should be. So if the negative bankroll gets down to like 10 grand below, then if you buy in for 10 grand, you'll always be at 0 at your bottom. That's what Vince used to let it do that. I like to track how many times does a strategy against 5,000 rolls win X percent versus losing X percent. And it's like you hit the ceiling, hit the ceiling, hit the ceiling. How many times can a strategy hit the ceiling? I think that's actually kind of interesting for me. And that's the way I set it up for myself. So, all right, Dice Doc Dan says, loved trip around the table. Actually, you know what? You should be a guest for sure. Dan. I think Ken should be a guest for sure. I think Dylan should be a guest. I think Waylon should be a guest. I think Randy should be a guest. Everybody can be a guest on that show. It's obviously not about craps, right? It's about randomness. It's about, like you said last night, who do you think shot JFK? Like, that's what I want that show to be. Like, let's be at the table, have a pop, throw the dice, and talk about whatever, right? That's the fun. I had a good time last night, but anyway, we are going to go. I will talk to you later, Dan, about the mob, and yeah, y'all have a great Friday. I will not see you again until Monday, so have a good weekend. And in the meantime, God bless every one of you, and thanks again for all your love and support. I'll see you again next week. Bye.